let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I know that for the Super Eagles, you already have your say on, okay, they will not be qualifying for the World Cup and all that. But still, we are still in the race. Nobody has qualified, so I'm still going to come to you on that. There's the Unity Cup coming up soon, and there's also the tie against Russia. How good are these games in terms of preparation for the game against South Africa? And I'll still ask you, what can... Like, that's why I started with the part of you've said that Nigeria will not qualify, but what can Nigeria still do to salvage the situation of qualifying for the World Cup?
You know, you're so interested in qualifying for the World Cup that you are like a person who's believing in a pastor right now. Even if God appears to you, you still wait for what the pastor have to say. Truth be told, Nigeria is not going to qualify for the World Cup. There's something we can do.
Okay.
We've played 6 games. We've not won a single game at home. Of those 6, we played 3 at home. Played an opponent in neutral ground. Meaning they didn't play at their own home ground.
Yeah.
And we still have not been able to win. So everything points to the fact that at this stage, we should have minimum 15 points. But that's not what the case is. So I'm sitting here and saying to myself that the qualification is done. So this Unity Cup that we're going to play in London and the Russia friendly, there are so many angles to look at it. I was discussing this in a WhatsApp group with some friends, and I said to them, because we are so optimistic sometimes, optimism kills the reason to look at clear facts and be realistic. So we are high on optimism. We are drunk with the syrup of optimism, and that drunkenness is what's affecting us. We go to the Unity Cup, we play 2 games, and we get beaten. Like when I say beaten, we get properly beaten. What would we do? The morale of the team will drop, criticism will rise. We're going to play Russia again, and Russia beat us. Because the idea that because Russia is not playing in... Russia have been banned from football or anything means that, oh, they are not going to play us. That's a lie. Because Russia is also a country that wants to prove a point. So beating Nigeria, let's say they beat Nigeria by 4-0, would announce to the rest of the world that Russia are still in the game. Oh, they are ready. Oh, they should be given a look. You know, and some other teams who can bend past this whole ban will not say they want to be playing Russia. So Russia is setting themselves up with the idea that let us make a mark with this African giant, because that's the picture that the world have of us. So if we lose in the Unity Cup to Ghana, who would always want to beat Nigeria, and then play whoever our next opponent is, the winner between Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And then we lose to those teams again, or we draw, and then we're going to play Russia and we lose. Eric Chell's job will not be on the line. Like I said at the beginning when he was hired, there is also the possibility of him not taking us to Morocco for the African Cup of Nations. So when it comes to play the World Cup qualifiers, the next set of qualifiers, we lose. The next 2 games that we're playing in October already is set up in such a way that if we drop points in one of those games and result goes concurrently possibly for the other teams ahead of us, we are completely, it will be confirmed that we are out of the qualifiers. At that time, we would be sitting here and be saying, Richel is bad, we should fire him, we don't need him anymore. And then we'll create a dossier, a catalog of his matches. He went to Uni Cup, he didn't do well, he played against Russia that have been banned since, but we're forgetting that they are training, they are preparing, they are rested, they are motivated. We'll forget all that. So for me, there is really nothing we can do. We've left it too late. We're the only coach in the whole world that have had 3 coaches in 6 games in the World Cup qualifiers. I don't know any other club, any other country in the history of World Cup qualifiers that have had 3 coaches in 6 games in a World Cup qualifiers. We're the only country. That's a record. Maybe because it's a Nigerian team, everybody is pretending like that's not a record. That's a negative record.
Yeah.
We're the only team also, pseudo big team in Africa that have played 6 games and have not won one of the 6. I mean, of the 3 that they played at home out of the 6, because we played 3 away, 3 at home, and the 3 at home that we played, we've not won one. That in itself is a problem. So we've taken the ship to a point where it is almost impossible. There's a mathematical chance, meaning we win all our games, but not just that. The other teams have to collapse against lesser teams. I don't think it's possible. We're not chasing one opponent. So if South Africa collapse, Benin Republic can take advantage. If Benin Republic can collapse, Rwanda and South Africa can take advantage. So it's In 1994, when we were qualifying for the World Cup, we're doing our own job. We beat Algeria 4-1 in Nigeria. We beat Cote d'Ivoire 4-1 in Nigeria. We went to Cote d'Ivoire to go lose 2-1. Then we went to Algeria. As good as those results, scoring 8 goals in 2 games at home, we still needed a draw on October 8, 1993 to qualify for the World Cup. In this case, we're not even securing our home. Have you seen any successful team that their home ground is not their fortress?
Not.
So, asking me what we need to do to reverse it or to magically qualify is like somebody who did not read or prepare for exam going to the exam and say, I will kabash, I will speak in tongues, sing cabro, zagade, blah, blah, blah. That raise you go fail.
Yeah, sure.
And so that's where we are.
Okay, we hope that Super Eagles still qualify, because as Nigerians, that's what we hope. But there's still the AFCON to salvage it.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.